It's not an exaggeration to call Steven Spielberg one of our best. Since Jaws, he has been setting the standard for modern blockbusters, constantly upping his game on the business side of things and as a director. Jaws became the highest grossing film of all time, then Star Wars beat it, then Spielberg reclaimed his spot with E.T., and then Jurassic Park beat that record again until Titanic took the world by storm. Since 1977, the aliens have been a part of Steven Spielberg's filmography, but nothing has come back to this conspiracy side of things like Disclosure Day. Disclosure Day stars Josh O'Connor, Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, Colin Firth, Eve Hewson and Wyatt Russell, to name a few, following two people at the centre of a conspiracy that wants to unravel government secrets leading to this event that could change the human race forever.
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
But is it good? I recorded that intro before watching, which is the first time I've ever done this for a video, because I knew I'd be pretty speechless on how to describe this film, and I was right. The trailer shows too much and also hides what this film is really approaching, and I'm glad because it's a lot. The film is tackling so much, from the themes of empathy and community, believing in a collective thing, to this conspiracy thriller which results in Spielberg's most ambitious and profound film ever. One of the early reactions called this Spielberg's best film in 20 years, and while I don't agree with this, it's definitely David Koepp's best in a good while. The guy has had some great screenplays sprinkled every now and then, but personally I have found a lot of his work recently either fine or really bad. So to see him go all out on this is relieving. We know Spielberg wrote a 50 to 60 page outline for this film based on his own original idea, so the themes and plot points are most likely from him, but Koepp brings these together brilliantly. A good chunk of the first and second act is this mystery plot with Emily Blunt and an on-the-run thriller with Josh O'Connor playing side by side as we navigate both of them finding their way to each other. Every time we cut between both of them it felt natural, with time structuring this as Blunt's character Margaret walks into her workplace in the morning. O'Connor's character Daniel is woken up, showing there's not some massive time jump between the two. I'm glad Spielberg and Koepp introduced the religion angle early on, as it's the backdrop of the entire film. Eve Hewson's character Jane is sceptical about what disclosing proof of alien life forms would do to religion, and there's a beautiful moment between her and another character about collective belief in one thing, which I found moving even as someone who's not religious. The conspiracy thriller side of the film is well written too. Things are paced incredibly well as Daniel is on the run with Jane, and they manage to interweave character moments in between these explosive chase scenes perfectly. People have criticised how characters say what they're feeling or doing during the film, but I found it realistic, trying to grasp onto reality when these out of the ordinary things are happening to Margaret, or when Daniel was saying out loud, "What am I doing when running away from this corporation?" It's time I move on to the man himself before I spoil parts of the script, so let's talk about Steven Spielberg. I mean, the guy has still got every piece of talent he has ever displayed in his career. The camera work and the blocking in every scene is so well thought out. There's multiple long shots that place the viewer in the chaotic nature of some of these moments perfectly. I love the use of crowding the frame in these corporation scenes and the more lonely space of these characters on the run. There's a specific frame of Blunt and O'Connor that left me in awe while watching, but I can't really describe the meaning of it without spoilers. This is all to say Spielberg continues to be one of our best, proving how essential blocking is to the pacing of films, because when something is framed poorly, you can become bored in seconds. There's a great YouTube video on why Akira Kurosawa's framing is so good, and they bring up the boring blocking thing so much better than me. I recommend the video 100%. It's one of my favourite YouTube videos, and Akira Kurosawa is one of my favourite directors, so if you haven't seen any of his films, go watch them. Spielberg collaborates with Janusz Kaminski again, and I love the use of lens flares and overpowering light in the film throughout. I also love the use of shadows. I will always praise actual use of shadows, as it feels in modern blockbuster filmmaking this is an afterthought. I want to praise the VFX too while I'm at this, because it shows an actual pre-production process. We've seen time and time again Marvel films shot in a neutral light so VFX can change without any problems, but it ends up making the film look like sludge. Here, every VFX scene, you can tell there's actual planning from start to finish. There's not a single bad looking shot, and the budget paid off massively. The cast are all brilliant in this, but O'Connor, Blunt and Coleman Domingo are standouts in every scene they're in. They're all playing very different but vital pieces in the film, and Blunt is doing career best work. I was left shocked at some of the things she does here, as I was not familiar with her ability in this sense, which is totally my fault. There's a panic attack scene which, as someone who only watched Fabelmans recently, become a lot more personal to me, because I knew how Spielberg has suffered with this before, and you can tell not only is Emily Blunt performing this brilliantly, but it's structured in such a profound way of a panic attack in real time and how stressful it is and the mystery behind it when you're first experiencing it. In between between these alien life forms, it feels like the most stressful thing the character can go through, because you seriously don't know what's happening. You can't breathe, and luckily O'Connor is there to be this supporting role, which almost brought me to tears, honestly, as Emily Blunt's character is dealing with worrying about turning into her father with Parkinson's, and it's really sad. Despite this being a co-lead story, this is definitely mainly Blunt's film, but that doesn't overshadow Domingo or O'Connor. Both are delivering brilliant performances. Obviously Domingo deserved the Oscar a couple of years back, and I'm still mad at that, but he proves here he continues to be one of our best. Hewson and Colin Firth have less screen time than the main trio, but they both share some fantastic scenes with each other. Hewson has to play this shifting role, and she does it really well, and Firth is fantastic as the film's main antagonist. Disclosure Day is a lot. I'm recording this straight after my screening, so my thoughts are a bit all over the place, but I enjoyed this film so much. I want to give this a 4.5 out of 5, but there's a part of me that wants to sit with this a bit more, so for the first time ever, I'm not going to give a rating score to a film. Maybe in a few days I'll leave a comment to say my final score, but this film is a lot and deserves the weight on my final thoughts. The Fabelmans, I gave a 4.5, and I think Spielberg is in a really interesting part of his career. After going for a weird era in the 2010s with the BFG, and while I haven't seen it, Ready Player One was quite poorly received from people I know, it seems he's coming back better than ever. West Side Story was brilliant. Fabelmans is, I think, one of his best. And here we have another film that is showing he's still on the top of his game. If you've seen Disclosure Day, let me know what you thought, and thank you for watching.